Hack 1. Character fusion. Your brain remembers stories far better than dry facts. Character fusion turns concepts into mini-stories, characters, or everyday scenarios, so they stick effortlessly. Think of it like memorizing a history chapter. Instead of just dates and events, imagine the figures as characters in a drama: Lincoln debating in the White House, troops marching across frozen rivers, a spy sneaking messages. Suddenly, the story lives in your mind, not just on the page. Your hippocampus and amygdala work together, linking emotion and visualization to facts, forming memory highways that make recalling complex concepts fast and stress-proof. Hack 2. Sensory layering. Your brain learns best when it's actively engaged with multiple senses. Sensory layering combines seeing, hearing, and doing to lock information into memory more efficiently. For example, when studying biology, read the definition aloud, write it in your own words, and draw a quick diagram or act out the process. Suddenly, the same concept is experienced visually, auditorily, and physically, all at once. This works because your brain creates multiple pathways to the same memory. The more routes you have, the faster and more reliably you can retrieve the information, even under exam pressure. Hack 3. Memory temple. Your brain is naturally wired to remember locations. Memory temple uses this instinct by linking information to physical spaces or objects. For example, imagine you're cramming for a history exam. Place each era or topic in a spot in your room. Ancient Rome on your desk, the Renaissance on your bed, the Cold War on the bookshelf. When you mentally walk through your room during the exam, the facts pop into your mind as if you're touring a mini-museum. This works because your hippocampus evolved to track locations. It's like giving your brain a GPS system for facts, letting you recall even complex chapters effortlessly. Hack 4. Chunk collapse. Your brain can only handle a few pieces of info at once. Chunk collapse is about breaking big topics into bite-sized, digestible bits, perfect when you're cramming multiple chapters the night before an exam. Think of it like tackling a huge textbook in sections. Instead of trying to swallow the whole chapter at once, break it into key headings, subtopics, or formulas, study each chunk individually, then link them together. Suddenly, the chapter feels manageable. Each chunk becomes a memory packet. Your prefrontal cortex handles each chunk like a mini CPU, linking them into a fast retrieval network so you can recall the full chapter quickly, even under pressure. Hack 5. Generation and feedback. Attempt to answer questions before checking the solution and then immediately correct mistakes. Struggling first and fixing errors makes your brain own the knowledge instead of just recognizing it. Think of it like trying a new recipe without instructions, then checking what you missed. Next time, you nail it perfectly. This works because your brain strengthens neural pathways when it generates information and consolidates them when it corrects errors, building memory like a self-updating database. Hack 6. Active recall. The fastest way to learn is testing yourself. After every 5 minutes, close the book, cover your notes, and try to pull the answer straight from memory. Think of it like the gym. Watching someone else bench press won't build your chest. You've got to lift the weight yourself. Every time you recall, you're literally firing and reinforcing the same pathway in your brain. That's how memory grows stronger, like wiring a superhighway that shortcuts straight to the answer. Hack 7. Interleaving. Instead of studying one subject for hours, rotate related topics in short bursts. Interleaving trains your brain to switch gears and connect ideas. For example, if you're prepping for a science exam, spend 20 minutes on physics problems, then 20 minutes on chemistry concepts, and finally 20 minutes on practice questions. It might feel chaotic at first, but your brain starts seeing patterns across subjects. This works because your prefrontal cortex strengthens flexible connections between different types of knowledge, making problem-solving faster and retention longer. Hack 8. Spaced repetition. Don't cram. The fastest way to remember something for the long term is to review it multiple times at intervals, alternate days, bi-weekly, weekly, then fortnightly. Think of it like watering a plant. A little water every day keeps it alive. Dumping a bucket once? Congrats, you just killed a cactus. Your brain is wired to forget, but every spaced review reactivates the memory pathway, strengthening the connection. It's like reinforcing a trail in a forest. The more you walk it, the clearer and faster the path becomes, until your brain can sprint straight to the answer without tripping over weeds. Hack 9. The first 5 minutes rule. Don't wait for motivation, just promise yourself 5 minutes and suddenly momentum takes over. Sit down just to start. One paragraph, one page, one single problem, and before you know it, you're deep in the work, fully engaged. Your brain hates getting started, but once the first spark ignites, it floods attention circuits like a dam bursting, carrying you forward with effortless focus. Hack 10. The 80-20 rule. Not all information is equally important. Focus on the 20% that gives 80% of the results. Past papers, summaries, and teacher-emphasized topics are your goldmine. Your GPA doesn't care if you memorized every side note in the textbook. It only cares if you can crush the core chapters and concepts professors love to test. Your brain is an energy miser. It prioritizes efficiency. Mastering the essentials strengthens neural pathways faster, while skipping low-value details keeps you from burning out. Hack 11. Parkinson's Law. Your brain will stretch your work to fill the time you give it. Give yourself 6 hours for a task. It'll take 6. Give yourself 30 minutes. You'll finish in 30. That's why your essays sit untouched for weeks and then magically get done the night before the deadline. Pressure flips your brain into survival mode, releasing adrenaline that sharpens focus. Your prefrontal cortex loves urgency. It prioritizes what's essential, cuts distractions, and ramps up processing speed. Shorter deadlines aren't stress, they're productivity fuel. Hack 12. Cognitive load kill switch. Your brain isn't a multitasking machine. It slows down when you try to juggle too much. Think of it like keeping 10 browser tabs open while streaming a movie. Eventually, something crashes. When studying, focus on one topic at a time. Finish it completely, then move to the next. By limiting cognitive load, your prefrontal cortex can process information efficiently, forming stronger connections and recalling details faster. Single tasking isn't boring. It's a superpower for high-speed learning. Hack 13. Change of environment. Switch up where you study. A new desk, a library, or even a cafe. Small changes in scenery help your brain form richer retrieval cues. Like planting seeds in different pots, each environment reinforces roots differently, so when exam day comes, recall sprouts effortlessly. Your hippocampus links context with memory. By varying surroundings, your brain builds multiple pathways to the same knowledge, making retrieval faster and more reliable. Hack 14. Desirable difficulty. Don't always practice the easy stuff. Tackle slightly harder problems, mix in curveballs, or study under mild challenges. Your brain remembers better when it works a little. It's like lifting heavier weights than usual, uncomfortable at first, but the strength gains are huge. Struggling just enough activates deep neural circuits, strengthens retention, and prepares your mind to solve tough problems under pressure. Hack 15. Sensory reset. When your brain feels stuck, don't force it. Hit refresh. Stand up, stretch, splash water on your face, or step outside for a minute. Think of it like rebooting a frozen computer. Even a tiny sensory change resets circuits, clears fog, and restores alertness. Your nervous system responds instantly. Increased blood flow, dopamine release, and neural firing patterns reset, letting your prefrontal cortex tackle problems with renewed focus. Hack 16. Sleep save button. All-nighters feel heroic, but they erase your memory. Your brain actually stores data while you sleep. Skipping sleep means all that effort stays stuck in short-term memory. Think of it like writing a long essay, but forgetting to hit save before closing your laptop. You will lose everything. During sleep, your hippocampus consolidates knowledge and strengthens your neural pathways, turning fragile short-term memories into durable long-term files that your brain can access anytime. Hack 17. Focus versus diffuse mode. Your brain has 2 gears, intense focus and relaxed wandering. Switching between them helps solve problems faster and sparks creative ideas. That's why you crack problems in the shower that stumped you for hours. Work intensely on a tough problem for an hour, then step outside for a short walk or make a cup of coffee. Often the solution pops up when you're not staring at the problem. Focus mode builds deep neural connections on the task at hand, while diffuse mode lets your brain form unexpected links and patterns, like a river branching into tributaries before converging into a clear solution. Hack 18. Growth mindset and metacognition. Think about how you learn, not just what you learn. Reflect on strategies, mistakes, and progress. It rewires your approach to studying itself. It's like upgrading your brain's operating system. Your brain becomes smarter, faster, and more resilient every session. Your prefrontal cortex improves attention control and efficiency, while metacognition boosts resilience and long-term learning. Hack 19. The meta-learning map, or the blur method. Before diving into a subject, spend 3 to 5 minutes scanning crucial chapters, key topics, past papers, important diagrams, bold terms, and summaries. Blur out the rest. It's like navigating a road trip with the Google Maps app instead of driving blind. Suddenly your study has a specific direction and random distractions fade away. Your brain craves structure. Prefrontal cortex activity ramps up when it knows what to focus on, letting you retain faster, form stronger connections, and navigate complex material with ease. Hack 20. Question first learning. Before diving in, turn chapter headings or topics into questions. This primes your brain to actively hunt for answers instead of passively reading. Like a detective on a case, your mind scans every clue, looks for connections, and pieces the story together. By framing information as questions, your prefrontal cortex engages deeply, forming stronger neural links and making recall faster and more reliable. Hack 21. Mental compression. Summarize big ideas into concise notes, diagrams, or bullet points. This forces your brain to distill concepts into their core meaning, moving you past surface-level memorization and into true understanding. Turn a dense 10-page chapter into a single-page diagram, flowchart, or a 3-sentence summary. Now the core ideas are crystal clear. This strengthens your neural networks by filtering essentials from noise, letting your brain store knowledge efficiently, like condensing a long novel into a clear, portable guide. Hack 22. The Feynman technique. Try to teach a concept in plain, simple language. If your explanation sounds like Google Translate on crack, your brain hasn't fully mastered it yet. Explain it to a friend, a pet, or even an empty chair. Every stumble shows you exactly where your understanding is weak. Your brain only truly owns knowledge when it can rebuild it simply, rewiring complex ideas into clear, retrievable circuits, like compressing a messy spreadsheet into a tidy, searchable file. That's it. Please drop your feedback in the comment section and kindly subscribe for more masterclasses like this one. Pick one hack, try it today, and watch your brain thank you.